Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this video. The scientific mistake of the Quran debunked in 5 minutes. Earlier today, Ridwan made a community post. Let's read it together. The scientific mistakes of the Quran video has reached 500,000 views and is the only video on YouTube which provides an extensive list and explanation of scientific mistakes in the Quran. I worked for months on that video and I'm very happy about the result and the impact. Thank you. So Ridwan worked hard in this video. He worked for months. Unfortunately for Ridwan, this video has been debunked by a genius guy. And in this video, we will show you the genius guy who debunked Ridwan's scientific mistake video. Let's go to the debate that took place between Muhammad Hijab and Ridwan. Let's watch the part where they were talking about the scientific mistakes of the Quran.
I'm saying is that, look, the Quran says in chapter 3 verse 7, right? منه آيات محكمات هن أم الكتاب وأخر متشابهات فأما الذين في قلوبهم زيغ فيتبعون ما تشابه منه ابتغاء الفتنة وابتغاء تأويله.
Sorry to pause, but for the purpose of clarification, you might be now thinking that the genius guy who debunked the scientific mistakes of the Quran is Muhammad Hijab. Well, Muhammad Hijab, may Allah reward him, did a very good job in this part. But he is not the genius guy who debunked Ridwan's video. You will come to know who the genius guy is by the end of this video. Let's carry on watching.
There are some of the book has muhkam verses which are very clear cut and other ones which are ambiguous. Meaning the ones which are slightly ambiguous, which can have more than one interpretation, you can't say this. Like I will say to you, just as I say to some Muslim apologists. Some Muslim apologists say the Quran definitely says X, Y, Z. It says this, it says the expanding universe, the Big Bang. I'm saying, look, we can't be so sure to say that the Quran says that for sure. But at the same time, we can't say so sure, surely the Quran says the earth is flat. I'm saying, if you want to have a scholarly opinion, you have to allow for both interpretations to be allowed. What I'm saying is that we have evidence from the early generations that allow this interpretation, and we have evidence from the early generations which allow that interpretation. So those both interpretations are valid. We can't now confine something which is into something which is narrow, because
I'm just arguing
Islamic agenda. Some people have a pro-Islamic agenda.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You think the Quran is that it can be combined with today's scientific knowledge of the world. I disagree. I disagree with that.
Wait, my point is that it can't be combined. All I'm saying is this: sometimes the Quran will not combine with 20.
I understand. We have different opinions. It is fine. I'm not saying
so long as Islam allows for a multiplicity of interpretations within the scope of exegesis, you can't say this is definitely what it means. Just like I would say to someone who's on the other side, you know, that the universe is definitely Big Bang, because it says in chapter 21 verse 30 that كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي. Therefore, all I'm saying is that the Quran, by and large, I'm not even saying fully, by and large, is harmonious with 21st cosmological understandings if you accept one of many opinions. I'm not saying that it's definitely in all cases. I'm saying that, yeah, you can interpret the Quran, if you like, in an unscientific way, you see, in the ways that you have. But what I refuse to accept is that that's the only way to interpret the Quran. And you can't say that it is, because I've given you evidence to the contrary. You've shown us an understanding of the scope of interpretation in Islamic exegesis. And
so we have just agreed that we can have different opinions on these things, because you can interpret things differently. But you have, and I have even accepted that your opinion and your interpretation may be true, but you have directly ruled that my opinion and my interpretation is definitely wrong, and that it is just limited.
No, I haven't said that. I said your interpretation can be true as well in terms of the unscientific stuff.
I think the Quran says the earth is flat.
Yeah, fine. If you think that, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But you can't say that that's exactly what everyone thought.
I don't. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
The early authority before the cosmological age, before the scientific revolution, before the Copernican revolution, before all of that, all of the positions that we have in science on a cosmological level now can be represented. I'm telling you this. Can be represented in early Islam.
Okay, that's good. I agree with that. I understand that. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. I find it fantastic that you have agreed that this is also a valid opinion. So,
Thanks for waiting. By now, you already have known the genius guy who debunked Ridvan's scientific mistakes of the Quran video. And that genius guy is Ridvan himself. Let me explain this. If the whole scientific mistake of the Quran is just a matter of opinions, as Ridvan said, if he cannot say that the interpretation he gave in that video are exactly what it is, as he agreed with Muhammad Hijab, if these so-called scientific mistakes can be interpreted differently, if Muhammad Hijab's interpretation can be right, if he agrees that not all scholars agrees with his interpretation, and finally, if he agrees that all the cosmological scientific position today can be represented by early Islam, then what's left to refute? He has already debunked his own video, which he claimed that he had worked on for months. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.